Hello, everybody. This is Abraham, and today we're going to look at another way of saving money. As you can see, this is a messed up TV, but we can still pull some usage out of it. And even though this TV has no value, because the only value in it is the screen, I'm thinking we can add some value to a TV. I got this thing here, and I think you know what I'm trying to do here. The light up ad costs a lot of money. Believe me, I've researched. The smooth background that lights up the advertising is hard to find. I went to the Home Depot. They do have lights that you can use. First of all, there weren't any sizes that I needed, and they were expensive. They were over $100 for, I think 2x2, which still wasn't big enough for me. Then I had an idea. Why don't I get myself a broken TV and create a sign myself? That's where we are. So the blue is just the protective coating, but you get the idea. This thing will be bright, and it will display my ad in the window. I could just use a TV if I was going to buy the lights. I can get a cheap TV and just put it in a window. The problem with cheap TV is cheap TVs don't last very long. However, the backlight for the TV should last quite a bit. All I did was I put an ad in Craigslist, said buying TV, paying $10, and I got a couple. Easy peasy. Somebody who paid for a TV, doesn't matter how much people paid for it, will not throw it away, just keep it in the basement. And when they see my offer of $10 and come pick it up, they will sell it. So that's how I got it. Let me get this TV in a little more disassembled way, and let's see what we can do with it. Okay. On any TV, you're going to have some parts that are needed and some that are not needed. Obviously, this TV is not a smart TV. It doesn't have much on the inside. I took the back cover off. This is the power supply. We definitely need this. This is the controller for the screen, for the LCD itself. This is the decoder for the LCD. These two can absolutely go. This thing we need, unfortunately, because this is what turns the power supply on. Later on, I will figure out a way to just short that unit out in the power supply itself, so the power supply is always on. So we're delivering electricity voltages to the LEDs that are in the screen themselves. So for now, we're gonna leave this in, take these two out. We don't really need them. You get a screwdriver and get that going. Because the LCD is broken, there is no risk to damage anything. One thing you do want to make sure is that you unplug your TV. Even though the LCD doesn't work, the TV could still zap you. Alright, so one out. By the way, these electronic circuits do go bad, and there are people looking for them. They do have value. I would propose selling this so you can recoup the little bit of money that was invested into TV itself. Let's see if it still works. Yep. Oh. As you can see, the image is inverted now. So everything's black. We're going to have to deal with the LCD now. The LCD is held in place by a few screws, and some of them look to be broken. I don't know if I'm going to be using the bezel, probably not. I just need the LCD itself. Get that out. So I got the screws out. We'll just lift the LCD part, separate it from the bezel. And what I love about this is there's no way you can break anything on here. You can cut yourself, there's some sharp edges, but the LCD is already broken. No worries there. I guess this can be used as a picture frame. Okay, next is we're gonna have to disassemble the LCD itself and remove the LCD layer from the sandwich of layers that comprises this LCD assembly. Looks like we have a few screws to deal with. I removed all the screws that hold this together. Every LCD panel is going to be put together differently. Honestly, it's the first time that I see a panel that's held down by screws. Most of them press fit. This is good. Okay. We got the LCD layer. I'm gonna get a vacuum cleaner because there's a lot of glass in there. Keep in mind, safety is number one. Okay, here goes nothing. We're going to lift and remove the LCD layer with the wires. And some wires are should have gotten scissors. All right. Here is the LCD layer. Has no value. It's the only thing that has no value. This has been prepped, LCD taken away, glass pieces vacuumed. Let's see how it's gonna look, if it still works. Why wouldn't it? Not trying to fix a TV here. Plug in. There you go. So that's what we have. Next part. We got our sign. It will need to be trimmed a little, but it does fit. And as you can see, we now have ourselves a sign. There is one more thing that LCD panel is good for. We can use it to trim the sign. Once it's trimmed, let's see. Look at that. Just like TV, always on. I don't want to take off the blue protective layer, but you get the idea. A sign like this at the sign factory of some kind will cost more than $1,000. I guarantee it. With such a smooth light in the back, you can make it yourself. So the cost of the sign, the cost of the plastic itself, whatever you can get for it, I think it cost me 40 bucks. The cost of TV, 10 bucks. And some there. Elbow grease. Will get yourself a sign under 100 bucks that would otherwise be over 1,000. If you like my video, if you like my ideas, as you can see, I'm throwing ideas at people. I'm not telling how it's gotta be done. This is an idea. You can follow it. You can create your own idea. Be my guest. My goal is to save money, create ways to recycle things that otherwise would be in a junk dump yard. This way gets a second life, and it's a good life. It's basically a TV that displays just one picture. There is another way to do this. Instead of plastic that I used for the sign, a plastic that's flexible can be used. You can just adhere it to the layer, although you're going to have to deal with water and whatnot. This way, definitely. I will make the cuts. As you can see, I miscalculated a little bit. My sign is slightly bigger than this TV, so I'm going to have to think on how to deal with that. Possibly order another sign. I could move the phone number up higher, and that would have been just fine fitting. All right, if you like this, give me a like. If you like my videos, subscribe. Of course, you'll learn a lot more things like this. This is what I do. This is how I run my life. Enjoy your day. Thank you for watching.